And it's particularly threatening to me more so than a lot of thoughts. It says to me, I'm not good enough. I'm not, he can push me aside. And it has those other attached thoughts that go with it, which are unpleasant too. And I can buy into that whole bundle. But then even as I'm sharing it with you, I see them all as a bunch of thoughts that I don't have to be here, other than those thoughts are attaching to the me, which doesn't even exist. But they're creating a sense of something that doesn't exist.
Yeah, even to say, they are attaching, they're not attaching in anything.
They can't even attach.
Yeah. They are not even there to attach to anything.
Right.
Also, they are just imaginary.
Yes.
The imaginary separate self imagines itself to be real, and then also imagines that there are real problems that it's facing. So the good news is there's no separate self.
Yes.
And since there's no separate self, then there are no problems. Because how can problems arise if there's nobody? If there's no victim? Are there problems without a victim or without the sufferer? If it's seen that the sufferer is not there, so are there even problems, so to say? For whom? So there's no sufferer and there are no problems to solve. Everything is empty. There's just emptiness. There are no human beings. There's just what is. There's just this formlessness that is everywhere present, even expressing as human beings. But there are no real separate human beings. It's just wholeness appearing as that. So there are no real human beings.
I notice, and Kosi, very honestly, sometimes I seem to, while I would deny it, I seem to feel more alive when there's suffering or when there's problems. And sometimes when it's really quiet, I tend to almost miss that. But I can, as I'm saying it, of course, if there's problems or if there's some of that stuff, it's just confirming the sense that I'm a personal self. And when there isn't that, there's more quietness, which feels better. But is it common that there's a struggle between the two like that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's to imagine that there is a separate self. It is a habit.
It's a habit.
That's developed. Yeah, developed when that body was growing.
Yes.
During the certain stage when that body was growing, it received information, and that information was somehow attached to its consciousness. That it has a name, a surname. It is a male or a female, So there's just this dead body and the information that seems to be going on, the delta. So it's just a body with a bundle of information that was received.
Yes,
That is in the form of a knowledge in the memory.
right.
So that's what seems to be suffering. It's that information, that idea that I'm that body. I was born one day. My name is Alice Morris.